In Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
A very good Friday afternoon to you, boy. We've got a lot going on. I have to tell you, I got mixed feelings here. I'm happy it's the end of the week because it seemed like a long week. But there's so much breaking news that you hate to be off the air the next couple of days. But don't worry, WJR will be on the air, just not us with our relentless positive radio with the team, Mike Parsons, Danielle Mason, Rich Luzinski. We're kicking off right away. If we were, now we are, of course, you can watch us on the WJR Facebook and YouTube pages with live video streaming, but I don't have the picture I want. Well, you know the picture I'm talking about. It's on every front page of every newspaper that came out after the picture was taken. It shows the former Prince Andrew attempting to duck down in a car, departing police custody in the UK. I mean, it is the picture that will follow him the rest of his life, as well it should. It will be used on his obituary. It will be used in every story from now on, where he's ducking down with his eyes wide open in shock. And if I might say, probably he's sweating now. You recall he famously said in a terrible interview that did him in even worse that he didn't sweat. But that's not the main story. The main story right now is the Supreme Court striking down President Trump's sweeping tariffs. Way above my pay scale to know exactly what that's going to mean from this point on, which is why we call upon Patrick Anderson, who does a tremendous job always. What the heck is going on about things like this? And I have to tell you, things like this thing, even I know there is going to be all kinds of ramifications most people haven't thought about. Now, Patrick Anderson, principal and CEO of Anderson Economic Group, has thought about it all, and he's here to share it with us. Patrick, thanks for joining us on such short notice.
Good to talk with you, Paul W.
The things that come to mind. Okay, so the Supreme Court says he can't do this, but he didn't say anything about everything he's already done. It seems to me that people will now sue him, countries will sue him for their money back. And if we had to pay back all that money, I'm going to think it could break the country.
It's not that bad. In fact, I'm going to say, Paul W., this is the right decision by the Supreme Court for the right reasons. The same reasons that I think I mentioned to you a year ago when you first talked about using the so-called Emergency Powers Act to levy tariffs unilaterally with no vote of Congress, no authorization, no process. And this is, as the Supreme Court decision said, and I'm reading it right here, and I actually suggest people read it because they're quoting the U.S. Constitution, they're quoting the Declaration of Independence, they're quoting Alexander Hamilton. The power to tax is with Congress. Tariffs are taxes. It's been that way for 250 years. And President Trump is the first and only president who decided he could declare an emergency, use this other statute, which, by the way, doesn't use the word tariff, to impose tariffs. So the Supreme Court made the right decision. It's the decision we've been advising our clients in the auto industry for a year was the likely outcome. I was really shocked when I first saw the assertion that this could be done because the law doesn't allow it. And the other things that President Trump, the administration, and Congress are doing are going to go on forward. For example, the tax policy changes, all in law, all adopted constitutionally, all going to remain that way. A lot of the other tariffs, including the Section 232 tariffs that are really affecting the auto industry, they're not at issue here because he went through the normal process to levy them. They do have an effect. You've heard us in the Anderson Economic Group estimate saying that it's costing the industry quite a bit, but they're completely constitutional. So in this particular case, the Supreme Court made the right call, the call they should make because that's the Constitution. And it's one that I would have to say, yeah, people are owed a refund, and I hope they get it.
Wow. All right. Well, that's good. I completely trust you and your knowledge of all of this. You've read it. I haven't read it. The actual Supreme Court finding, and they are quoting our Constitution, where they should be quoting, and upholding it. So it's fascinating because, of course, those that are for the president, those that are against the president, they're all going to have their own ideas. I suspect this group is all for the president. It's called Americans for Limited Government. Are you familiar with them? They've sent me a press release already saying that President Trump should just repackage the tariffs and use embargoes in the meantime. Have you heard anything about that yet? This is all brand new.
No, but we already have ample authority under existing law, commonly known as Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act, that allows the president to go through a process that involves findings, discussion, notice, etc. That's how we have the tariffs primarily on auto and auto parts through Section 232. Those aren't an issue here. They are affecting the economy, they're affecting consumers, they're affecting the auto industry, but they're constitutional.
These folks go on to say the very similar tariffs could be levied by any president under Section 232 for national security, Section 301 for unfair trade practices, Section 201 for safeguards, Section 122 balance of payment surcharges, Section 338 retaliatory duties, and so forth. So they're suggesting that the president can do these sorts of things. Now, you have said, Patrick Anderson with us, founder, principal, CEO of Anderson Economic Group, that not all tariffs did not follow the rules. So I don't even know which ones did and which ones didn't, other than the ones you've just explained to us. So maybe this isn't going to be as bad as it sounded. If all tariffs were wrong, that's not what this finding is, apparently.
That's correct. And we've followed this. You've got from the Anderson Economic Group estimates on the auto industry. We recognized this was completely constitutional. It was aggressive. It's very expensive, but it's constitutional. It's these emergency tariffs or the reciprocal tariffs or the ones that basically can be that the president asserted he could do without any notice or explanation other than declaring it was an emergency and saying that governments were doing bad things. Those are the ones that the Supreme Court quite properly said were unconstitutional. All the other tools that the president has, all the other powers of Congress remain intact, unquestioned. This is the right decision here. We want to have the president we elected to undertake policies consistent with what he promised the country, but at the same time, we have a constitution, and the constitution gives the president certain powers and reserves taxing and tariffing to Congress. So unless Congress says that you can tariff or tax, you can't. And that's basically what the Supreme Court reminded us of today.
Excellent. We are so fortunate to have you, and frankly, I am fortunate that you will come on my show at a moment's notice to help us understand some of these very complicated issues. We really appreciate it, Patrick. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Paul W., great to talk with you.
Well, it's always great talking with Patrick Anderson, principal, CEO, founder of Anderson Economic Group. I trust him. He is a straight shooter. He knows what the heck he's talking about and is so unbelievably helpful at times when we are going to be misled in both directions by those for and those against the president on what this whole thing means. But that doesn't happen with Patrick Anderson, and therefore it does not happen on Focus with Paul W. Smith on WJR.
Tonight, someone in our community will need a warm bed. Tomorrow, they'll need a meal. You can help make both possible. Join the club that's here for good by texting BREAD to 24365. Your support helps provide over 71,000 nights of shelter and more than 1.6 million meals a year. Tune in to the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on 760 WJR, Friday, February 27th.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
President Trump said, "I like Newsmax. You like it too." It's true. Millions of Americans agree with President Trump, and they're switching to Newsmax for the news they can trust. They're watching great shows with Greta, Carl Higbie, Rob Schmidt, Finnerty, and more. If you're tired of big media, start watching Newsmax. It's free to start. Go to newsmaxplus.com for immediate access. Get all of President Trump's most important events live. Imagine watching Mike Huckabee's Israel special, our Melania documentary, Clint Eastwood, Charlie Kirk specials, even the movie Jesus of Nazareth by Franco Zeffirelli. Once you start Newsmax Plus, you won't stop. So try it for free. Go to newsmaxplus.com, then download the app. It's easy. So make the switch to Newsmax Plus today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Be sure to start every Sunday at 8 a.m. with JR Sunday with Mark Hollis. Great interviews and conversations all in one place on JR Sunday with Mark Hollis, sponsored by Tryon, your payroll and HR solution. To learn more and to reach out to Tryon, go to relyontryon.com.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Listen in for the Cranes Detroit interview with Mike Lee every Monday morning on JR Morning. Brought to you in partnership with Mercantile Bank. Looking for a new business bank? Mercantile can help drive your business forward. Learn more at mercbank.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Weather Seal Home Improvements. Over 60% of us will use our tax refund towards a home improvement project this year. Upgrade your roof with Weather Seal Home Improvements and add an extra $1,000 to your refund toward your new roof. That's a smart deal. Book your roof inspection today at weathersealhomeimprovements.net. That's weathersealhomeimprovements.net. Steer clear of a wreck on Middle Belt Road at Ford Road. Your roadway reduced to 3 lanes on I-696 westbound between I-75 and Losser. That's causing slow traffic from 11 Mile. And 14 Mile Road still closed in both directions between Winslow Circle and Welch Drive for construction. That should reopen 6 a.m. Monday. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
A wind advisory is in effect until 9 p.m. with strong gusts out of the southwest. There also will be rain today with a high of 50, then cloudy tonight with a low in the mid-30s. A cloudy Saturday with a high of 41, then snow develops Sunday with a high of 36. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Marr on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Monday on JR Morning, we'll talk with Tom Izzo after their game with Ohio State. We'll talk about all the news that broke over the weekend, the Olympics, of course, and it's Monday Munchies. We'll tell you about a cool place to eat. right here on WJR, WJR.com, and the free WJR app.
Yep, you can stream us anywhere from anywhere in the world or down the block. You can come back and podcast us if you can't be here noon to 2 Monday through Friday like we are, focused. You can get all of that at WJR.com. And as Jamie just mentioned, make sure you have the free WJR app on your phone. All the cool kids have it. And now, too, WJR Facebook and YouTube pages are live video streaming the show if you're anywhere near any of your devices to be able to watch us as well as hear us. We're thrilled to be here doing our best with Relentless Positive Radio. Not always easy with everything going on in the news, like war, when it looks like we're rushing toward war. Peter Meyer is a former congressman and Army veteran. We're going to talk a little bit about what President Trump has said, that he will decide within the next 10 to 15 days whether or not to attack Iran. But there's some questions here. Peter, welcome. Good afternoon. Thanks for being with us.
Good afternoon. Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
I got to ask you, I mean, is it the juxtaposition of the reality of we have the president talking about going to war with Iran as he also is vowing $10 billion from the U.S. for his Board of Peace. In fact, it's called President Trump's Board of Peace, convened in Washington yesterday. Is this a little bit bizarre?
There is a way to square these circles and to kind of connect those dots. Right? I mean, the important thing to remember, and I've said this on the program before, Trump doesn't view war as the alternative if negotiations fail. In his mind, war or military action are another means of coercion to drive a party back to the negotiating table. And so the Board of Peace, I think it's still a little unclear what the ultimate purpose is there, but it is an additional means of kind of wrapping people into the American orbit, wrapping countries into our orbit, that weren't in it before, or codifying a way of taking collective action, up to and including, where I would expect to see it go, a lot of critical minerals deals, a lot of ways of trying to counter Chinese influence, because that is also a through line between Venezuela and Iran. And, to a greater extent, from a practical standpoint, but from a lesser extent in terms of a political standpoint with President Trump, the Ukraine conflict and Russia, is you have this axis of powers that are, flaunting international sanctions, that have been very detrimental and counter to American interests in their region. Venezuela was pumping money to, try to promote socialist causes and kind of more Russia and China-friendly causes throughout Latin America. Iran, with its proxies, has been doing the same thing to try to destabilize American interests in the Middle East. There is a through line connecting all of this in terms of ratcheting up the pressure, squeezing the finances and the economic interests, and ultimately trying to degrade, if not defeat, our adversaries, throughout the world. And so to that end, I do think, and some commenters have kind of noted this, I mean, we were looking at today the largest buildup of U.S. aircraft and forces in the Middle East, since potentially the Gulf War. We had 2 aircraft carriers in the region, which is a rarity. We have, hundreds of aircraft that have repositioned there, hundreds of cargo flights, of refueling flights. This is not a bluff. The Iranians should be taking this deadly seriously, because we will be prepared to engage in a military action, unlike we've seen in the Middle East, or even more broadly, frankly, since 2003, by the end of this weekend, with the forces that have been built up.
Oh, there's no question about that. And the pressure on the president now is to do some of these things, as he has done most recently, without losing an American life. So there's an additional amount of pressure for them to hit Iran in ways that Iran can't even imagine. And I got to tell you, I'm all for it. They are the barbarians at the gates. They've been killing their own people with utter abandon. But another question I have, Peter, and you as an Army veteran, and all of us who've been around a long time and have watched these stories, whatever happened to the element of surprise? I mean, this is like the most anticipated war and attack that I can ever recall.
I mean, we saw the element of surprise with Operation Midnight Hammer, the strikes, the joint U.S.-Israeli strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities and regime targets last summer, which I feel like a lot of people just kind of forgot. I mean, we bombed Iran in a really, really significant way, and we kind of skirt past it. I mean, there was no real element of surprise in Venezuela. I mean, we've been building up forces in the region for weeks ahead of time, and we were still able to go in, with the ability to massively degrade anti-aircraft and kind of early warning systems on the Venezuelan side. When it comes to Iran, a lot of their early warning, a lot of their anti-aircraft, a lot of their radar facilities, some have probably been repaired since the Midnight Hammer strikes, but we retain that ability. But the reality is, I mean, the U.S. is not trying to invade and conquer, these nations. If we were, yes, the element of surprise would be more important. Though in this modern age, achieving that is very difficult. I go back to what I said at the beginning. This is a coercive attempt to drive the Iranians back to the negotiating table, because the Trump administration's lesson learned from the failures in Iraq and Afghanistan is that the devil is always better to try to work with, than whatever may come after. The Iranian regime is bad. There's no guarantee that what will come after would be better.
Right.
Similar with Putin in Russia. If we can turn those screws, and again, the goal is not to get a piece of paper signed that can easily be, thrown away. It is to enact meaningful changes, maybe not towards a perfect idea of a democratic society and a Jeffersonian model, but one that will start to turn the ratchet back from their continued support for anti-American interests. We've already seen that in Venezuela. The Venezuelans have started to push some of the Marxist Colombian rebels that they had been, otherwise looking the other way on, push them back into Colombia, deny them safe haven. We're seeing that with Venezuelan oil exports, that had previously gone to prop up, malignant regimes around the world. Like it is not going to be something that happens necessarily overnight. But I think that goal is, can we actually work with the mullahs? Can we actually have enough pressure on some elements of this regime to orient them in a way that will be ultimately beneficial to U.S. and global stability? And if not, let's figure out what we can do to get them there.
Peter Meyer, a couple of quick questions. I hadn't even thought about Gaza today or yesterday until I saw that the president has committed $7 billion, or maybe that's that peace board. Somebody has committed $7 billion for the reconstruction of Gaza. Don't know how they're doing there. And I'm starting to think that we're overloaded with the news media. Of course, all of the time spent, and in many cases, rightfully so, on Savannah Guthrie's mom. What a horrible story. Although I'm reading today in some New York papers that the media is starting to cycle away from that. They've been at it a long time. There's Iran and the pending war. There is the Prince of Darkness, the former Prince Andrew. I'm just wondering if Gaza falls off because we're unable as American people to process all of that, or our attention span can't handle all of that. What do you say? What's going on in Gaza now?
I mean, there was just an agreement in principle on the structure of a reconstruction effort that purportedly also had the buy-in of Hamas. Probably with some arm twisting by the Qataris. The reality is that international affairs, there are elements of it that play out in the media for sure. There's elements that are responsive to public opinion. But at the end of the day, I mean, these are incredibly complex, multi-turn negotiations, that are more akin to, massive merger and acquisition activities between huge businesses where you can dive into the details, but you're going to lose sight of the fuller picture. And so I think it's a strong net positive, that our international engagement is defined by more lasting principles, than by the temperature and tantrums of any one moment.
Peter Meyer, former congressman and Army veteran, thank you so much, as always, for joining us. We appreciate you.
Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Paul W. Smith in Focus, where we get the best guests on all the topics. And we don't just lean left or lean right. We try to stay down the center. Well, with a little right lean. But that's what we try to do, is stay down the center on most of these. Automotive Views is brought to you by Bridgestone. No matter what the next generation of mobility, no matter what it will be on wheels. And Bridgestone, Team Coletti, David Coletti and Bridgestone and his team will be there. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Here's Mike Martinez.
What does Ford's 2027 midsize electric pickup have in common with an F1 race car? More than you might think. The automaker hasn't revealed the truck yet, but has started to share more details about its development. And roughly half the team working on its aerodynamics comes from the world of F1 racing. Why is that important? Because they're paying attention to every pound, every curve, and every millimeter to make sure the truck has the best possible range. By tweaking the design of the underbody, for example, Ford says it saved 4.5 miles of range. Shrinking the side mirrors to 20% of their normal size adds another 1.5 miles. Ford needs this truck to be more successful than its previous EVs, and is taking great care to address two key customer complaints: cost and range. Ford says the truck will start at $30,000 and that it will have nearly 50 more miles of range than the most aerodynamically efficient midsize gas truck available today. It's not the full picture, but it's a good start. With this week's Automotive View, I'm Mike Martinez with Automotive News.
People say we should live in the present, but that doesn't mean we can't drive toward a brighter future. That's why Bridgestone is focused on positively impacting the next generation by developing a tire using 75% recycled and renewable materials. Because getting people down the road matters, but getting future generations down the road, that's what really matters. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Visit whatreallymatters.com to learn more.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early, at localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
Retirement should feel secure, not stressful. But surprise taxes can drain your savings fast. Get clarity and confidence before you retire. Claim your no-cost tax report today at moneytalkstaxbill.com. That's moneytalkstaxbill.com. moneytalkstaxbill.com. And join us for Money Talks with Joseph Uplager, Saturdays at 5 p.m. right here on WJR.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-951-6541. 800-951-6541. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? 800-951-6541. 800-951-6541 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
benefits.
Hey, Jim Harper here. Quick story. I needed new glasses, and like many of you, I thought, well, I can go online. That's easy. But then I remembered the last time I did that, it wasn't easy. They didn't look good on me. They weren't cheap, and I couldn't see. So then what? You can't take them back to the store. It was on the web. But then I remembered Direct Optical Optique. Many of you got your glasses there. You looked great and had a wonderful experience. And that's what I remembered, the experience. I remembered Mariana, Frame Stylist of the Year, and how good she and her staff were at helping me find the right frames at a good price. And they have 2 great locations, Haggerty Road north of Maple in West Bloomfield, and in Canton on Ford Road next to IKEA. So go see Mariana at Direct Optical Optique. She still knows everybody by name. 3 generations of loyal customers for a reason, because you get the attention you deserve. Direct Optical Optique in West Bloomfield and in Canton and at OptiqueDetroit.com.
Finding excuses to not do your taxes? Unsure where to start? Sounds like you may be suffering from FOMO, the fear of messing up. The cure? Filing your federal and state taxes for free using TurboTax on Credit Karma. All you have to do is start and finish filing on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Just keep in mind, this offer is available only if you didn't file with TurboTax last year. It's time to break free from your fear of messing up. Start filing for free today in the Credit Karma app.
Wow, did you see this?
Barrett News Media. What is that?
Well, they're a national publishing and consulting firm. Media professionals all read their stuff. But look at who they have in the top 15 of the best radio shows in the entire country.
Oh, Focus with Paul W. Smith.
Yeah. JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds.
And, of course, The Mitch Albom Show.
I guess that's what they mean when they say the great voices of the Great Lakes.
I always thought I had a pretty great voice. I really do.
Don't sing, hon. Don't. It ain't that great.
Barrett News Media says they're the tops in the country. Catch all of the great weekday shows and see for yourself the great voices of the Great Lakes. 760 WJR. You're hearing Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
It is a National Love Your Pet Day. We'll have to talk about that coming up after the probably after the 1 o'clock news. We have been action-packed and filled with information that will, one way or another, affect us. This information could very much affect you, family members, friends, and that is the move afoot to introduce legislation to make housing more affordable in Michigan. Who among us hasn't had a friend, a family member, a child even say, you know what, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to afford a house. Well, that's a problem, because we have decided or accepted the idea that having a house one day is a big, important part of the American dream. State Representative, Republican from Central Macomb County, Joe Aragona, is here, and he has introduced legislation to make housing more affordable in Michigan. Representative Aragona, thank you for being here and explaining this to us. Nice to have you here.
Paul, thanks for having me on. And I have introduced legislation, but I do want to stress I'd love to take all the credit for it, but this is very much a bipartisan and bicameral approach that we're taking to trying to improve the housing market here in Michigan.
Well, God bless you for that, because we'd like to see more bipartisanship, because we'd like to see more things get done, and that's really the only way it's going to happen. That aside, lay it on us. This time is yours. It's unedited. It's live. I want to hear what the plan is.
Sure. Well, so you touched on the problem, right? Housing is becoming more and more unaffordable. In the last 2 years, the average home price has gone up almost $100,000. Back in 2005, we had about 54,000 single-family home permits pulled here in Michigan. So there's builders that were ready to build 54,000 homes. 2 years ago, it was about 15,000. So what gives? So myself and a lot of other colleagues, we sat down with some of these builders and said, okay, what can we do to help? And this isn't the whole answer, but it's definitely a part of the answer. And one of the things that they said was, the regulatory burden is extremely high, and the regulatory time frame is gotten longer over the decades. So what we're trying to do is just simply allow for more housing to be put on the market. So we'll take away a lot of the regulation on, when government says you have to build really big houses, these kind of McMansions, right? Let's reduce that. Let's say that you can't say that you have to build such a big house. You can build smaller homes. That's okay. I personally have a smaller home. It was the first home I bought. I've been here for about 10 years. It fits me perfectly.
I had no, honestly, I have to tell you, I had no idea the government ever told people they had to build big houses. I never knew that.
There's regulations out there that says you got to be on bigger lots in certain municipalities, and your dwelling size has to be a certain size. But why should you be told that as a property owner or somebody who wants to buy a home?
Joe Aragona,
Right?
State Representative, Central Macomb County Republican. So you're talking really, you got to reform the zoning laws, and then I'm sure you'd like to reduce the red tape, because there's red tape on everything these days.
Oh yeah, yep. We're taking a look at zoning. We're taking a look at red tape. Like I said, it's about a $95,000 burden on home builders. Before you buy a hammer, before you pay somebody to swing that hammer, before you buy the nail and 2x4 for them to swing a hammer at. So one of the other bills in this package is allowing duplexes in lower density areas. So if you and I, Paul, we decide that we're going to be developers and we got a big plot of land and we say we can put 50 homes here. Well, what if half the land we say, these could be a little bit bigger lots and we're going to put duplexes on these. Now, instead of putting 50 homes on the market, we just put 75 homes on the market, right? That can help increase that supply. Because like I said, 2 years ago, there's only 15,000 single family home permits pulled. We got to do something about supply so that people trying to enter the housing market can do so and can afford to do so.
Michigan is facing a 119,000 unit housing shortage. 51% of Michigan renters are housing cost burdened, spending over 30% of their income on housing. 26% of renters spend more than 50% of their income on housing. And the average first-time home buyer age is approaching 40. And that's supposed to be a conservative estimate. Some studies report over 50. That from the National Association of Realtors. So there is no question that for those of us who bought our first house, in my case, many, many, many years ago, things have changed, and not for the better for people who want to get their first house. And so I salute you. I know that you've worked with a lot of people and that you continue to work. I love the fact you point out it is bipartisan. You and Christian Grant introduced legislation to lower the cost of housing, but this has bipartisan support across the board. And for that, Joe, I salute you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, Christian's been a great partner. She's from the Grand Rapids area. Obviously, I'm from the middle of Macomb. And like I said, we even have senators from across the aisle who are taking a hard look at this and are supportive. So, yeah, it's hopefully something we can get across the finish line.
Joe Aragona, State Representative, Republican from Clinton Township. Thank you for letting us know about your efforts on both sides of the aisle to introduce legislation to make housing more affordable in Michigan. Good job. We continue. Thank you. We continue in Focus with Paul W. Smith at WJR.
You will be facing major retirement decisions soon, and the math should drive every decision. And most people and professionals are using the wrong math. This explains why some families can safely withdraw 7 to 8% annually, while others struggle to spend 4%. Without understanding the math and the proper risk mitigation strategies, fear takes over, leading to undersaving, delayed retirement, spending far less than you could, and paying much more in taxes. Hi, I'm Kirk Cassidy, lead instructor for the Retirement Education Foundation and the co-host of the Retirement Education Hour, heard here Saturdays 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. To understand the correct math that should drive decisions around Social Security, lump sum versus pensions, RMDs, Roth conversions, and when you can retire plus more, attend our 8-hour almost master's level retirement education course. We teach at major universities both in Michigan and Missouri. $29 tuition goes to charity. Go to refedu.org. That's refedu.org. Sponsored by the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program.
At Average Al's Furniture Warehouse, our sofas have cushions, our tables have 4 legs, our recliners recline. So come on by for a perfectly average experience.
Cumulus Digital doesn't stop at average. We work with more than 4,000 local businesses every month, delivering campaigns that beat industry averages by over 25%, driving real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you could pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-220-6409 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-220-6409. That's 800-220-6409. What do you have to lose? Call 800-220-6409. Again, 800-220-6409.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You could win a Tullymore Result Golf Trip for 2. Play both Tullymore and St. Ives courses. That's 54 holes of golf with a cart. Plus 2-night stay and complimentary breakfast, sponsored by the Michigan Golf Show. To enter, text keyword golf to 800-859-0957. Qualifiers will receive 4 tickets to the Michigan Golf Show March 6th through the 8th at Vibe Credit Union Showplace in Novi. For more details and official rules, visit WJR.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA. Put the expertise and skill of NECA contractors to work on your commercial, industrial, or public electrical construction project. NECA members, like the Talbot Corporation, are powering Michigan's future project after project, on time and on budget. Learn more at smcneca.org. Steer clear of a wreck on Middle Belt Road at Ford Road. Your roadway reduced to 3 lanes on I-696 westbound between I-75 and Losser. That's causing slow traffic from 11 Mile. Picked up another wreck blocking your left shoulder on I-75 southbound at Gratiot. And we still have that wreck blocking your right shoulder on I-94 eastbound at Woodward. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
A wind advisory is in effect until 9 tonight with strong gusts out of the southwest. Also some showers with a high near 50 tonight. Cloudy down to 34. Cloudy tomorrow, the high in the low 40s. Colder with snow Sunday to high 36. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Maher on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
Thank you, Jeff Marcero, for finding a picture from days gone by. I was in the WJR studio with none other than Megan Keller, Farmington Hills famous now, especially Megan Keller. But we've loved her for years because she's been great. She's been a great Olympian. And she got the overtime winning goal and helping America, the U.S. Team USA, win the gold medal yesterday. And Jeff Marcero sent me a picture. I immediately put it on Paul W. Sminsta on my Instagram page, Paul W. Sminsta. And you can see us standing there, and she's holding a gold medal from before. I don't know, what year might that have been, Mike? Do we know?
I think it was 2018.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's me before the beard, long before the beard. That's for sure.
Right. A baby-faced young Paul W. Smith.
Yes. Well, I wasn't even baby-faced when I was born. I was born with a full mustache, and they said, this kid looks like he's maybe 23. Anyway, I've always looked older than I am until I got this old. But we're so proud of our great Farmington Hills Olympian, Megan Keller. And that was pretty doggone exciting. That's the most excitement I've had so far for these Olympics, I have to tell you. Well, a few other things, but that was pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first week and a half of the Olympics were very bleh. But since Wednesday, it's been a lot of fun with men's hockey making the quarterfinals in overtime, the women's team winning gold in overtime, and the figure skating was really, really fun to watch last night too. So it started slow, but it's ending very strong.
It is ending. Is it ending soon? Is that
this weekend?
Oh, wow. That was pretty quick. Yeah. Well, all exciting. You pointed out most of the exciting things. Other exciting news that's going to be talked about, and depending on where they stand with or without the president, they're going to tell you how good or how bad any of this is. But I think Patrick Anderson explained it brilliantly, saying the Supreme Court did exactly what the Supreme Court should have done. And it isn't the end of the world. We aren't going to be hit with a bill we can't pay. Well, imagine if we had to pay everyone back. And it, by the way, isn't every tariff.
Right.
So it's just confusing, but the headlines will be Supreme Court strikes down Trump's sweeping tariffs.
And well, that's why people like Patrick Anderson are so valuable to us, because they cut through the sensationalism and kind of calm us down a little bit and bring us back to reality.
I have to bring us back to reality on this one, because I honestly thought there was a time not that long ago that it was announced that all of the secret files on alien and extraterrestrial life, UFOs and UAPs, whatever that stands for, I can't remember, but UFOs is what we grew up knowing. I thought all that stuff was already released.
I thought so too, and I thought that there was some hearings on it, and nothing really came of it. But I guess what you're alluding to is Obama was on that podcast last week or earlier this week where he said aliens exist, but he hasn't seen them. And now Trump says he's going to release the files.
And the president can't help himself. He first tried to make it a deal, saying that former President Barack Obama had given out classified information.
Right.
Well, then 15 minutes later, the president is releasing classified information. Whatever it is, I won't, but there would be plenty of people who will go through all of those files and they'll tell us.
Yeah, they'll let us know. You know what I think it is, Paul? I think there's nothing in those UFO files. And Trump just wants to release it to make Obama look bad first.
But he's not making anybody look bad.
Yeah.
He's making this administration look bad when we were led to believe all this information had already been released. It was part of the big purge.
Right.
Which then led people to saying, okay, well, where's all the Epstein files? Right. And now we have the Epstein files. And
whatever files you have, whatever files you have on anything, just release them.
If it's not a concern about national safety or whatever, for goodness sakes.
Right.
Eric Dane, are we losing more and more of these people at very young age, just 53 years old?
Yeah, with
he
ALS.
played Dr. Mark Sloan in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I think that was, I don't know if he was McSteamy or McDreamy, but
McSteamy.
It was funny that Danielle jumped in.
I had a feeling she'd help us out.
Danielle's here.
I just needed to set the record straight that he is, in fact, McSteamy.
Well, thank you for keeping us honest.
Or he was McSteamy, God bless him. He had other roles in TV shows like Euphoria, The Last Ship, as well as movies such as Marley and Me and Burlesque. This is just very sad.
Yeah, and I guess
ALS.
I guess he did get the last season of Euphoria filmed before he passed away. So,
oh boy.
So good for him.
It's sad news. All right. Documents show Epstein received pitch for properties housing Pentagon and FBI tenants after the 2008 sex crime conviction. He still wanted to get into his real estate.
I mean, here's the thing. He was convicted in 2008, and a lot of people were still dealing with him after 2008. I think anyone who's in the files doing anything with him after the conviction, I think those people look more guilty than anyone else. Yeah. You don't even have plausible deniability at that point.
What else is in the news? Oh, well, this gets my attention, and Kim knows this because she provided this. She knows cherry pie very well may be my favorite dessert ever. I don't know that there's anything better than a warm slice of a cherry pie with a scoop of good vanilla ice cream.
A little a la mode.
Well, it's National Cherry Pie Day. 5 delicious facts about cherry pie. You are not alone if you're thinking warm and happy thoughts while reading this. Surveys show that almost 50% of Americans think comforting thoughts when the word pie is mentioned, even if I stumble through trying to read that. In Kansas, it was illegal to serve ice cream with cherry pie.
Wow.
Well, that law stood till 1960s when it was repealed. Some people say dessert for breakfast. During the 1900s, fruit pies were considered a common breakfast option, especially if there was a long day ahead, which would be every day for us. Pie chart topper, the cherry pie is America's 5th favorite filling option, number 1 being apple, followed by pumpkin, pecan, and banana cream. Well, I like pecan and I like cherry, but I also like banana cream, pumpkin, and never mind. And then pie crusts were originally used to preserve the filling. The pastry itself was extremely hard and inedible. So I guess the pie crusts were the original Tupperware. We continue. Be right back.
In business, we know the best ROI comes from investing in proven talent. For 25 years, the College, Career, and Beyond, a midnight golf program, has been Detroit's premier pipeline for leadership, discipline, and success, boasting a 98% college acceptance rate for more than 3,000 Detroit high school seniors. On April 30th, we celebrate this milestone at the city's newest landmark, Hudson's Detroit. This isn't just a gala. It's a high-level networking summit featuring 450 of Detroit's most influential donors and business leaders, with an appearance by Golf Channel's Rich Lerner. This is a unique opportunity to put your brand in front of a high net worth audience of golfers and professionals with innovative tax-deductible advertising opportunities, including naming rights to our new state-of-the-art golf lounge. Whatever your business, auto, finance, real estate, put yourself at the intersection of Detroit's business future and community impact. Visit collegecareerbeyond.org and click sponsorship for details. Secure your legacy today.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement Tuesday nights at 7. Firm offers insurance services, investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Your business isn't one size fits all, and your IT partner shouldn't be either. At Callisto Group, we provide cybersecurity-focused managed IT services designed around your business, offering personalized support, proactive monitoring, and experts who know your company by name. There's no call centers, no guesswork, just seamless technology and trusted partnership. Discover the difference at CallistoGroup.com. That's CALYSTO Group.com.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
Tariffs have been struck down. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling against his use of an Emergency Powers Act to levy far-reaching tariffs. 3 dissenters arguing there was room in the statute's language to allow it.
And though you have this cobbling together of some Republican appointees and Democrat appointees, those 6 who agree the president can't do this, they get there in different ways. They get to this conclusion in different ways, but agree on the end result. And basically what it sounds like is Congress would have to clarify this in some other way. The president should use, if he wants to, the tariffs that are clearly spelled out for him under current federal statutes. But if he wants the power under this particular statute, he's going to have to get a modification from Congress to do it.
Fox's Shannon Bream. When the decision came out, President Trump was in a meeting with governors, including Utah Republican Spencer Cox.
He just expressed his disappointment. He did say that they were kind of planning for this and that they had thought about some workarounds, making sure that those trade deals stay in place.
The president is now set to hold a press briefing. Democrats are hailing the decision as a win for consumers and businesses. Some also calling for refunds of tariffs struck down, which isn't part of the ruling. California Governor Gavin Newsom just posting time to pay the piper, Donald, accusing the president of an illegal cash grab. But after House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries called the president a wannabe king, Republican Senator Rand Paul wrote, this ruling will also prevent a future president from using emergency powers to enact socialism. The economy taps the brakes.
Economic growth slowed in the fourth quarter, expanding just 1.4%, weaker than predicted and down from 4.4% in the third quarter.
Fox's Jenny Cosola, the president blaming the government shutdown and calling again for lower interest rates. But the latest inflation report could further complicate that for the Fed with an uptick in December. America is listening to Fox News.
Tonight, someone in our community will need a warm bed. Tomorrow, they'll need a meal. You can help make both possible. The Salvation Army's Bed and Bread program provides over 71,000 nights of shelter and more than 1.6 million meals every year because people like you care. Donate today by texting BREAD to 24365. That's BREAD to 24365. Join the club that's here for good.
You will be facing major retirement decisions soon, and the math should drive every decision. And most people and professionals are using the wrong math. This explains why some families can safely withdraw 7 to 8% annually, while others struggle to spend 4%. Without understanding the math and the proper risk mitigation strategies, fear takes over, leading to undersaving, delayed retirement, spending far less than you could, and paying much more in taxes. Hi, I'm Kirk Cassidy, lead instructor for the Retirement Education Foundation and the co-host of the Retirement Education Hour, heard here Saturdays 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. To understand the correct math that should drive decisions around Social Security, lump sum versus pensions, RMDs, Roth conversions, and when you can retire plus more, attend our 8-hour almost master's level retirement education course. We teach at major universities both in Michigan and Missouri. $29 tuition goes to charity. Go to refedu.org. That's refedu.org. Sponsored by the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? If so, tune in to Money Talks with Joseph Uplegger, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Joe will help make sure you get the retirement you deserve, Saturdays at 5 p.m., right here on WJR 760.
No matter the time of the year, it's good for the mind, body, and soul to get out there. Luckily, we're in Michigan, one of the most beautiful places in the country. I'm Dave Lorenz. Join us Sunday at 4 for the Michigan Travel Show here on 760 WJR.
This is Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Hour number 2 of Focus with the team. Mike Parsons, Daniel Mason, Rich Luzinski, keeping track of WJR traffic and weather first, just for you, as we all are working for you. And we include you as part of the team as the best and brightest audience in all of radio. Thanks for choosing to be with us as you're on your way to making each and every day count, because you know each day is a gift. And the one unknown is the QTR. We have no idea how much quality time remaining we have, as Kim would remind us, to live each day to the fullest. And that's what we try to do, bringing you this relentless positive radio with some fabulous guests that we are able to get, people who come on and feel comfortable and safe in this environment, and we appreciate that very much. Couple of things. Oh, our friend Blaine Fowler is coming up. Blaine and, you know, the on our FM sister station, WDBD, Blaine and Lauren and the morning show. And I've known Blaine for a number of years now. He's a great guy, just an all-around great guy, great family man. I had lunch with he and his entire family up at near Mackinac, off the island in Mackinac City, some long while ago. And it was great just to get to know all of them. But he's a big hockey fan. And so he does hockey talk with our own JR morning guy, Chris Renwick. And apparently it's on the Blaine D. Fowler and 963 WDVD Facebook pages. Did I say that all right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to talk to Blaine coming up. He'll be our first guest this hour, and we're looking forward to that. And excited about Megan Keller, of course, from Farmington. I said Farmington Hills because online that's what they first said. So I don't know. Farmington Hills.
I've been hearing both. The last thing I saw was Farmington, but say Farmington-ish.
Farmington-ish.
Yeah.
But Jeff Marceau, who sent me a picture of Megan Keller in the studio with me when she was making a tour, I guess, and I put it on Paul W. Sminsta on my Instagram page, Paul W. Sminsta. There's the picture from several years ago. But now he also sent me a movie, but I don't know what. If I send you the movie of her in the studio, I don't know if it's worth sending to you, but maybe you can do something with it, Mike. I can't.
Yeah.
I screw things up so much that, you know, my, I'll call it my cover page on my phone has been, as you might guess, maybe it's the same for you. It's been my wife, Kim, and me.
Sure, as it should be.
In my rush to get the picture of Megan Keller on my Instagram, she is now my cover page with me. So you can imagine. I mean, thank God Kim understands I don't know what the heck I'm doing with these things. So I will spend most of the weekend trying to get back the picture with Kim and me and not that. Anyway.
Right. Most guys would say, I don't know. I'm doing with my phone. And most wives would be like, I don't know. That sounds fishy. And she'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, she understands. All right. It is National Love Your Pet Day, which is every day. Let's face it.
That was my thought, too. Every day's National
Love
Your
Pet Day. It's every day. Overall ownership, 66 to 71% of U.S. households own at least one pet. You know, the number one pet would be the dog, and followed by cats. Now, on our show, Marie Osborne and has Beatrix, which is featured on my Paul W. Sminsta. Gets more hits than me. Mike has Trudy.
Yes.
And Danielle has Tater Tot and Phineas, 2 cats. Now, Tater Tot has appeared on my Paul W. Sminsta, but I don't think you ever gave me a picture of Phineas.
No, I haven't given you Phineas.
Is it because Phineas hides and is hard to take a picture of? Or
No, Phineas, I mean, I have some real good photos. I've just never sent you one. He's polydactyl, which means he has thumbs.
Wow, a cat with thumbs.
So yeah,
he can
thumbs.
zip his jacket up and
Yes,
down.
he can. You should see. He can catch things with his mitts. He will. Yeah, he's cool.
Can he open doors?
Very cool.
I've not seen him open doors, but he can.
He does that after she goes to bed.
Right.
I mean, he can easily just pick up anything. I'm not kidding. When he feeds himself, because he doesn't like to eat out of the bowl, he will pick it up like this, scoop it, and
he'll reach in and bring it to his mouth.
He will scoop. He's a scooper.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
He's
that is
cool.
something. Well, this hour of Cat Talk is brought to you by
Cat Fancy. Cat Fancy.
All right, so the full ranking of the most popular pets in America: dog 40%, cat 25%, fish 8%, bird, parakeet, cockatiel, parrot, etc. 4%, hamster, gerbil, or mouse 2%. The next one, it even hurts me. Snake.
Yep.
2%. Horse. I never think of a horse as a pet. That's really a mess in the house. But anyway, a horse 2%, a guinea pig 1%, a lizard. Come on. That's 1%. And who has a tarantula? That's in the top 10 of pets. I want to see my pet tarantula.
I used to have one.
Ooh, what?
It wasn't mine, technically.
Oh, so you had a boyfriend who had a tarantula.
Yeah, and I would have to go and buy 6 crickets every week. And it was like 85 cents. And I'd buy
live crickets?
6
and
crickets.
Then you'd have to feed the live crickets to the tarantula.
Yeah, I just dumped them in.
Wow.
And walked away.
Yeah, I didn't want to see
The
what was going on.
screaming didn't bother you?
Oh,
those crickets had a family.
She would come out of her little area. She would get so excited. She's like, yeah, it's time to eat.
How do you show affection to your pet? Both of you, real quick. Danielle, how do you show affection to your pet?
I pet them because they demand it, and I feed them because they demand it.
Okay, Mike?
We just put ours in charge of the household so she knows she's the boss.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So the number one reason given how you show affection to your pet is, number one, I play with my pet, 15%. Number two, I give my pet treats and gifts. Number three, I cuddle with my pet. Number four, I tell my pet, I love you. Number five, I hang out with my pet, watch TV, read books. Number six, I let my pet sleep in my bed with me. Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Number seven, I carry on conversations with my pet. I kiss my pet. I go places with my pet. I dress my pet up in a costume.
Only
I
on
know
Halloween.
you do, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, I have your pet in a costume.
Yeah, you got photographic evidence.
I got Trudy in a costume.
I also come up, I've got like about 20 different nicknames for Trudy too. I think that's a way a lot of people show affection.
Uh-huh. How about this? Which pet-related characteristics do you find attractive in your dream girl or guy?
Cuddly.
Housebroken.
Clean.
I hated, back in the day, I hated dating someone who wasn't housebroken. Anyway, number one, someone who treats their pet like a family member.
Oh, that's true.
Number two, someone who expresses outward affection to animals. Number three, someone who is a pet parent. Someone who greets other people's pets in the park. Someone who lets their pets sleep in their bed with them. Someone who purchases gifts for the pets. Okay, so that we go through that. I got one quick pet story. Yes.
I was going to say, you can tell a lot about a person by how they treat animals, though. So that makes sense.
That is so true. In fact, sadly, I mean, I'll go to the extreme. They find that people who are busted for abusing human beings started out abusing animals.
Yep.
I mean, it's almost a given.
Right, 100%.
So some friends recently we're going to go out of town, and we talked with them about keeping their little dog at our house. Kim and I were excited about it. We don't have a pet currently, and we thought, how great to take care of their little puppy. Well, something happened, and because they had to catch a flight, and they ended up giving the pet to be looked after by the father or father-in-law. And do you know that poor guy fell over the pet, like we hear about the elderly sometimes tripping over their pets? He fell.
Oh, no.
But he's okay. But, this happens. Sadly, this can happen.
Yeah.
And it happened to him.
Right, because, they will follow you room to room and not leave your side. So I've almost tripped over my dog many times.
Well, and the great thing about a dog, and I know it's not the same for you cat lovers, you have your thing. And I had cats. I love cats too, but the dog is so happy to see you. Even if you just go out to the porch and pick up the newspaper and come right back in, it's as if you've been gone for weeks.
It's always a party.
It is always a party. God bless them. They add so much to our lives. It's just tough, though, when it's time for them to go because it's such a short period of time.
I know.
All right, coming up, the one and only Blaine Fowler, great man that he is going to join us from Blaine and Lauren, mornings on 96.3 WDVD. And we're going to talk hockey and Megan Keller and more. So stay with us here in Focus on WJR. Well, I just spoke to Dr. Sal Kogan. He's become a very good friend, and he's just a great guy. And during this Valentine's month, if you want to love your life again and wake up pain-free, trust me, call Dr. Sal Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute and ask about his non-surgical, non-invasive intra-disc neutrosis treatment for severe and chronic back and neck pain. You could join thousands of his patients like Kim and me and talk to his team because his team is spectacular. You know I love my team, the team. Well, he's got a great team and some great stories from people who've been helped by Dr. Sal Kogan and the team and the Nerve and Disc Institute. Like Bob, a retired police officer who had a bulging disc, couldn't walk. Now he has no pain, went on his feet 7 hours a day straight walking security. Or there's Christina, who had 7 bulging discs and is now pain-free. Intradisc neutrosis helps people with sciatica, spinal stenosis, bulging and herniated discs, and degenerative disc disease avoid spine surgery. And Dr. Kogan's Knee Restore RX treatment helps people with osteoarthritis, meniscus tears, and muscle strains avoid knee replacement without shots, pills, or downtime. The first 50 callers mentioning WJR in February will get 50% off their treatment plan. The Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and now they've added Bad Axe. Bad. Call 586-416-DISC, 586-416-DISC, or 586-416-3472, 586-416-3472. Find out what we're talking about. Give Dr. Kogan and his team a call at the Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and now Bad Axe. Mention WJR, save 50%. You've got nothing to lose. 586-416-3472. 117 at WJR.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2026 Winter Games, sponsored by Prize Picks. Download Prize Picks and use code ROAM and get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play. $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. Men's hockey semifinals. Canada has rallied from a 2-0 deficit to tie Finland at 2. About 3 minutes left in regulation. Shea Theodore had the tying goal midway through the third. Sidney Crosby not playing because of a lower body injury. Team USA will take on Slovakia and the other semifinal face-off at 3:10 Eastern. Women's curling semifinals, the U.S. lost to Switzerland and will face Canada for bronze tomorrow. In the 2-woman bobsled, the American team of Kaylee Humphreys and Jasmine Jones set a track record on the first run. One more run today and the final 2 tomorrow. With this Winter Games update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for.
Your business isn't one size fits all, and your IT partner shouldn't be either. At Callisto Group, we provide cybersecurity-focused managed IT services designed around your business, offering personalized support, proactive monitoring, and experts who know your company by name. There's no call centers, no guesswork, just seamless technology and trusted partnership. Discover the difference at CallistoGroup.com. That's CALYSTO Group.com.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by respected educator Dr. Robert Livernoy. It's a conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by Wakely Associates Architects. The highest performing school facilities start with premier architectural design. Wakely Associates Architects, trusted since 1951.
Do the holiday parties, tailgating, and family get-togethers have your liver working overtime? Let Active Liver help give your liver some relief. Pick some up online at Amazon or Vitacost.com or at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Steer clear of a wreck blocking your right shoulder on I-696 westbound at DeQuinder Road. We also have an accident blocking your left shoulder on I-75 southbound after Gratiot. And a crash on I-94 eastbound at Woodward Avenue is slowing you down from I-96. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
A wind advisory is in effect until 9 p.m. tonight with strong gusts out of the southwest. There'll also be showers with a high near 50. Tonight, cloudy down to 34. Some more clouds tomorrow with a high of 41, then snow for Sunday with a high of 36. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Maher on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Traffic and weather is sponsored by Femininio Law. Get David, get paid.
Only Femininio Law has the accident response team, crisis counselors, medical experts, forensic specialists who lock down the evidence before it disappears. When you're hurt, you need action. Call 855-65-CRASH or visit getdavidgetpaid.com.
Monday on JR Morning, we'll talk with Tom Izzo after their game with Ohio State. We'll talk about all the news that broke over the weekend, the Olympics, of course, and it's Monday Munchies. We'll tell you about a cool place to eat right here on WJR, WJR.com, and the free WJR app.
Well, Keith Newell, who always feeds us information, and we appreciate that, said they have a Visa dog. They have a Visa dog, Mike.
What, the credit card company?
We have a Visa dog. She's everywhere you want to be. Hence the tripping and all of that. All right, the president is on right now. He is, not surprisingly, deeply ashamed of certain members of the Supreme Court who did not vote his way for the tariffs. But we got that covered earlier with the great Patrick Anderson. Nothing to overreact to. Patrick, the principal and CEO, founder of Anderson Economic Group. So we'll get through that. This is not a surprise. When somebody finds or rules against the president, he's not happy. Most people are not. But, you know, this is what he does. Let's move on. Day 13 of the Winter Olympics was a triumph for Team USA yesterday. And many Americans are hoping to keep that streak alive through the weekend. Now, last night, one of our own did a fabulous job. I mean, the whole team did a fabulous job. But Megan Keller from Farmington Hills, who has visited us at WJR. In fact, the picture is on the Paul W. Sminsta, my Instagram page or whatever it's called. There's a picture of us together. She was there from one of the other Olympics, and she's just great. And she scored in overtime the winning goal that won the women the gold. Now Team USA men's hockey plays Slovakia in the semifinal round today at 3:10. And that worries me more than you can imagine, but I'm a worrier. And, it's always somebody we think we know we're going to beat that somehow throws us an upset. But we're going to talk to somebody who really knows about this stuff. He's into hockey in a big way. Blaine Fowler is the co-host of Blaine and Lauren Mornings on our sister station, 96.3 WDVD. He also hosts Hockey Talk with JR Morning's Chris Renwick on the Blaine D. Fowler and 96.3 WDVD Facebook pages. And he's right here, right now with Paul W. Smith in focus. I couldn't be more thrilled, Blaine.
Paul W., I'm more thrilled. I'm going to win the gold medal and thrilled. You get the silver.
Okay.
This is great. I love being on your show, buddy. I appreciate it.
Well, it's been too long, and I used to be on your show from time to time, but that's been a long time ago. Things have changed. But one thing that hasn't changed is you've kept me as relevant as you can keep a guy like me at my age relevant. But I got to tell you, I'm a little embarrassed. You kind of dropped the ball. You've always filled me in on the lingo, but somehow or another, slaps fell through the cracks.
Oh, yeah. Well, Paul, like you, I too am getting older. So
I don't believe that.
Slaps kind of slipped through my cracks as well, which also sounds like it slaps, but it doesn't.
It was Danielle Mason, that youngster, who had to tell me slaps. Danielle, give us the definition of slaps again. She used it in a sentence, and I said, what? What did you say?
It's always better when you use it in a sentence. I said, he asked me about someone, and I said, oh, that person slaps, which means they're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, you can thank.
Paul, you've been slapping on JR for like 30 plus years. So don't sweat it, bud.
All right. I'm not going to worry about it. And by the way, I loved, it's been too long, but I loved having lunch with your entire family, which has grown since then when we were at Mackinac City.
Yeah. I'm a grandpa now, which is awesome.
Awesome.
I cannot begin to tell you how much I love being a grandpa. My granddaughter Piper is about 18 months old, and my daughter and her husband are already talking about having her fitted for ice skates because they love hockey.
Well, your daughter came by it naturally, and so will Piper, because Blaine Fowler, you've been very big in hockey for as long as I can remember, and I hope that the Hockey Talk show is going well with Chris.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going great. We're having a great time, and honestly, like Paul, you were talking about with Megan Keller and that team yesterday. That if you are watching any hockey, whether it's men's hockey or women's hockey, the U.S. women kind of showed you how it's done. The key to winning hockey today in 2026 is to play a 200-foot game. You can't just be the defenseman who stays back or the forward who never does any back checking. This team played with such great teammanship, if that's a word, which I don't think it is.
It is now.
It is now. They played with such, they looked out for each other. They were covering for each other. And they put on a clinic on how to, always be on the attack, even when you're in your own end. A great example is when you look at what the play before Keller's goal, that was a play where they basically forced a mistake on Team Canada and got the puck. They've got, I don't know, there's probably a stat for it somewhere, but they had to force more turnovers in this tournament than any team, men or woman, in the history of the game, because it was amazing how consistent they were at forcing turnovers.
Everything happens so fast. in both men's and women's hockey. I don't hear that much about women's hockey in these United States.
You don't, but I think you're going to as we continue to. I think the sport is growing. The PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League, is I want to say it's in its third or fourth season. They just added a few new teams. I think they're at a total of 8 teams right now. They have what they do, they call it a PWHL takeover. There's a game coming up. I believe it is Montreal versus New York, and it's going to be at Little Caesars Arena on March 28th. I might be wrong about teams, but a lot of the women that you saw playing during the Olympics these last few days, they play for teams like that. They play for teams like the Boston Fleet or the Minnesota Frost. Since I am a big hockey nerd, I went to a PWHL game, not this past Christmas, but the one before in Minnesota, and it was a blast. And it's a lot like what we saw during the Olympics.
Well, that is so good to hear, and of course, we're especially proud of Megan Keller, Farmington Hills, and getting that overtime goal for the gold. How are the men going to do?
I like our chances today against Slovakia. I'm probably not as worried as you are. I tell you what, though, I just finished watching that Team Canada-Finland game. Canada came back from down 2-0 to win it 3-2. You got the 3M problem. The 3Ms are Makar, McDavid, and McKinnon. And make it 4, Marchand. These guys are deep, and they're good, and they're filled with talent. Team Canada is going to be a problem if we're lucky enough to get that far.
Oh, boy. I hope so, because we've got some great Michigan names there, too, with our Dylan Larkin from Waterford, from the Red Wings, and Quentin Hughes from Canton, Connor Hellebuck from Commerce.
Great.
I mean, we got a lot of good representation, and good to hear from you. When is your hockey talk on? Anytime we want to go to your Facebook page?
Absolutely, yeah. There will be another episode that'll be on actually later this afternoon. We did tape one today, and it's on about once a week, usually on Friday, and it's on either my Facebook page, Blaine Fowler on Facebook, or 963 WDVD on Facebook.
Beautiful. Well, Blaine, you're always slaps with me.
Dude, I love you so much. You slap. You're the best.
I love you. Best to the family, and congratulations again, Grandpa. How fabulous is that? I know you love every second of it. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
All right. Thank you, Blaine. Don't forget to listen to Blaine and Lauren mornings on 96.3 WDVD and Hockey Talk with Chris Renwick and Blaine on the Blaine D. Fowler and 96.3 WDVD Facebook pages. We continue. Rieger finally has a great new job, and he's going to take us to the movies up next on WJR.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early, at localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, Visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's relaxitsabloodtest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
Most drivers don't think about their auto insurance until an accident happens. But the choices you make today can shape the care you receive tomorrow. In Michigan, unlimited medical benefits may help cover long-term treatment, in-home nursing and recovery services after a serious crash. AdvisaCare supports auto accident victims every day, helping them heal safely at home. Take a moment to understand your coverage and learn more at advisacare.com.
Well, it's wintertime out there, and this is the time of year we get some very specific emails at theinsideoutsideguys.com. Like, why can't I keep my home warm?
Or why are my windows full of condensation? Ken and I have answers to all of those things, and most of them are found in the experts that we refer to people.
We'll give you advice, but if the advice doesn't help, we have great professionals at the Inside Outside Guys. No matter what time of year it is, for housing information you can trust, go to theinsideoutsideguys.com.
Sponsored by Pure Air Michigan.
Think you might have mold? Maybe your family is always fighting off unexplained illnesses. Air quality testing can be quick and affordable with Pure Air Michigan. Their certified professionals help identify air quality concerns and explain what the results mean. Using a patented dry fog process and EPA-registered solutions, Pure Air Michigan treats air and surfaces throughout the entire space, often without major tear-outs and with minimal downtime. Learn more at pureairmichigan.com or call today at 586-220-5528. Dan Bongino returns.
It's real. You better produce something fast.
And he's not holding back.
Dan, that's backwards. No, I'm telling you the truth.
Hard truths and a bold perspective no one else can offer.
You may not hear this anywhere else. I'm always under the assumption that you're being played, we're being played. Man, this show continues to expand its footprint. I love you guys for it.
It's the comeback everyone's been waiting for.
If there was ever a time, it is this one.
The Dan Bongino Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Collect all the bronze, silver, and gold news knowledge you can with WJR Winter Updates. Every hour, every afternoon between 1 and 4. All the winners, all the losers, who's breaking records, and who's bringing home the gold. Winter Updates on WJR. For more, visit WJR.com/sports.
And now, WJR is proud to present Rieger Reviews It.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Featuring film critic Dave Rieger.
Suddenly, Dave has a great job.
Sponsored by Wiggly.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Ah, yes, Dave Rieger has a great job. It does a great job doing it. Rieger Reviews It is sponsored by Wiggly's famous Eastern Market corned beef. Beat the Michigan chill this February. Visit the Royal Diner on Dixie Highway in Clarkston, serving up the best corned beef omelets, homemade corned beef hash, or a mouth-watering Reuben Delight. Oh, does all that sound good right now? Royal Diner in Clarkston, proudly serving Wiggly's corned beef for 30 years. Good afternoon, David.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
I am excellent. I hope you're well.
I'm doing good.
I know you like to, you pay close attention. How do I word this? You pay close attention to football. You might be known to show up at casino and place bets on football.
No.
You've been known to do that. Come on. We've talked about it.
Yes, of course.
Do you bet on the Olympics?
Yes. Yes, I do.
No kidding.
Yes, I do.
How are you doing?
Very well, thanks to the United States, women and the men so far.
Good.
Let's keep it going.
I'm glad to hear you're betting for us.
Well, of course.
Good. It's good news. Let's talk movies. How to Make a Killing
Yeah,
in
interesting
theaters.
movie with our good buddy Glenn Powell. He seems to be in everywhere these days. He plays Beckett Redfellow, and he is the disgraced grandson of the Redfellow dynasty. Not his fault. His mother was cast aside for having him out of wedlock, but she raised him to have refined skills, so instilling in him that he would have part of the fortune, that it was his birthright. The problem is that they cast her aside and they cast him aside, and they don't see him as part of this birthright.
I think I've seen a promo, or maybe he appeared on a late night show, because it shows him kind of going around and meeting the people who are in front of him.
Correct.
That will get this money in the inheritance. And I don't, does he have to get rid of them?
Correct. That's the plan. That's the
Oh.
plan. But he's got to do it on the down low so the FBI doesn't get involved.
Yeah, that people do frown upon rubbing people out so you can get their inheritance.
Exactly. I mean, it is a lot of money. It's like $28 billion.
$28 billion?
$28 billion. So it is quite an inheritance. Yeah.
All right, let's listen to How to Make a Killing in theaters now.
Since the day I was born, my mother told me we were different. Yes, she had been disowned by her family, but someday I would become the sole heir, the real estate, planes, an island or two.
Beckett, no way. So are you living in the city now?
Yeah, I do. A little outside of it.
Whatever happened to the Redfellow family fortune?
All inherited. Someday.
Well, call me when you've killed them all.
There were 7 of them, between myself and $28 billion. If I were to prune a few branches of the family tree.
If I were to prune
a
few branches
like
of the family
I like how he
tree.
phrases that. Yes.
And this is loosely inspired by a 1949 British film,
Correct.
Kind Hearts
Yes.
and Coronets.
Yeah. So, if I'm correct, it had Alex Guinness in it, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So-
he was actually, believe it or not, known for more than that, but
Of
I
course, yes.
understand
Well, yes.
generationally.
Correct.
I
It's what we
understand.
know him for, of course. Yes.
It's the other day, I was talking about Jeff Daniels, who's a fabulous actor, and one of my team said, "Oh, Dumb and Dumber." And I thought, I hope Jeff wasn't listening in Chelsea, because, Jeff's a fabulous actor, and I don't think he'd want to be remembered.
Oh, I think he does like the fact that he's remembered for Dumb and Dumber.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of payoff from being in Dumb and Dumber, but he's done so many great things.
For sure.
So anyway, I was making a decision on his behalf. I could be wrong. Anyway, I don't have his number anymore. He changed his cell phone number, probably because I was texting him all the time. But I don't know. So what do you give?
I give this one 3 Wigglies. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good story. It was interesting. And when you see it, they tell the story in an interesting way. I'm going to let you guys decide what you think of it when you go to see the movie.
Meaning they aren't judging this guy.
It's not necessarily that they're judging him, but the way that the story is told, I think you'll find it interesting.
Okay, it sounds interesting. A guy is disowned at birth by his, as it says here, obscenely wealthy family. And $28 billion is obscenely wealthy.
There you go.
He starts to prune the tree, the family tree,
yes.
to get closer to the 28 million. All right, so 3 Wigglies. Now we've got, I have a thought or two about this, but let's listen to one that you can watch on Netflix this weekend, Being Gordon Ramsay.
22 Bishopsgate is the most ambitious project I've ever opened in my entire life.
You know I'm scared of heights.
No. Oh, can you tell me now? 5 businesses under one roof. If Bishopsgate was to fail.
Look how far you can see. People think that they know Gordon.
Sadly, it's overcooked a touch. We've gone for the aesthetics over the quality, and we start taking some more risks.
He's someone who dreams big.
Mad.
But you know what? He's just Gordon to me. It's like 30 years since we got together. And
Sorry,
what
little coffee shop there. Come
Are
back,
you-
hold that moment for one thought.
drives me mental.
There is so much riding on this, reputationally, financially. You have to be better than good.
Now, it's not fair, but I have the microphone, so I'll say I have not followed Gordon Ramsay because way back in the beginning when I was first introduced to him, he just seemed like such a mean person over what I thought was the littlest of problems in a kitchen. And everyone had this, if I'm remembering this, yes, chef. I mean, there was this military kind of approach to everything that I've now seen in other situations that I didn't know existed in kitchens of fine restaurants. But is he still mean to everybody?
He is. There is a reason behind it. He wants things done in a certain way. It's just his personality. I will say the family man, Gordon Ramsay, comes off really nice. I like Gordon Ramsay. People around here will tell you I'm a very picky eater, but I do enjoy watching people cook interesting foods that I probably would never taste. But I like Gordon Ramsay. He does the perfect cheeseburger. I like how he cooks eggs. And this is just an interesting documentary. It's 2-part. It talks about him as a kid. It's 6 parts. It also talks about he's trying to build this professional, this simultaneous launch of 5 restaurants in the tallest building in London. And they're
5 of his restaurants in the same building.
Yeah, 22 Bishopgate. It's in London. It's really cool. But he's putting in 20 million pounds, as he says, of his own money. So it's like it looks at both sides. It's really cool. I enjoyed watching it. I've seen 4 of the 6 episodes so far, and I give it 3.5 Wigglies. I really enjoy seeing the lighter side of Gordon Ramsay and learning a little bit about his background.
I'll try to watch it. I'll put it on the list of things to watch.
I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll get a different view of Mr. Ramsay.
He's juggling his family life and his biggest launch yet, that, as you point out, the opening of 5 culinary experiences in one of London's tallest buildings, 22 Bishopsgate. All right, 3.5 Wigglies. God bless you. You have a good weekend planned? It's tough, isn't it, without football?
It is so tough without football.
I feel that
but
too.
Hopefully we're going to have a nice gold medal game between the United States and Canada to watch.
Yeah. Here's hoping and praying they get past today's 3 o'clock. I mean,
Canada's in, so now the United States has got to do their job.
Yep. And we're hoping that they will. And, well, that's that. David, thank you. Job well done, as always.
Thanks, Paul W.
Dave Rieger. Rieger reviews it. Suddenly, Dave has a great job, and he does it very well here on Fridays. In Focus with Paul W. Smith on WJR. Have you ever wondered why health insurance costs seem to keep going up? Well, I was doing some research. I do that. I've been a part of the family there for 20, 30 years because I believe in them. I told you this story before. My dad and my brother were both in the independent insurance business. And though we didn't sell Blue Cross Blue Shield, Dad always said, that's the best insurance you can get. And it's still true all these years later. And while I was researching some things online, I came upon some surprising information. And you can find it, too, on the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan website, mibluedaily.com/affordability. MI, like in Michigan, mibluedaily.com/affordability. I was surprised to learn that the cost Blue Cross paid for prescription drugs rose by a staggering 15% last year. 15%. That was 5 times higher than inflation. It's no wonder healthcare costs are a concern for so many of us, like Tricia Keith, the president and CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. And that's why Tricia Keith and her entire family and team at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is working so hard to help all of us better understand the factors driving up healthcare costs and sharing what they're doing as a business to address it. Because Blue Cross knows that healthcare is personal, that healthcare needs to work for everyone. And Blue Cross especially knows in healthcare, affordability matters. So I encourage you to take a minute and check out mibluedaily.com/affordability. mibluedaily.com/affordability. Get informed. You'll be glad you did. It's eye-opening information that can help all of us better understand the complexities of the healthcare system and its impact on your health insurance costs. And a reminder to all, and this came from a conversation I had with Andy Hetzel, my friend Andy, for so long at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. He said it, and I use it now all the time because it's so true. Healthcare is personal, not political. We continue in focus at WJR.
When Michigan's underground systems fail, everyone feels it. Old water and stormwater pipes mean flooded streets, dirty water, and damaged roads. These systems protect our homes, our schools, and the places we work, but many were built generations ago and can't keep up today. If we don't fix what's underground, we risk what's above ground. Safety, jobs, and our future. A strong Michigan depends on strong infrastructure starting below the surface. It's time to invest before small problems become big disasters. Learn more by visiting the website thinkmita.org.
You know, I was doing a podcast with Chris Alberta from Principium talking about planning for retirement. And boy, did he bring home a great point. How important is timing here when you look at the fixed rate markets? Do I have a window to work with here, or should I move pretty quickly to lock in those higher rates?
Well, there is a window, and I don't think that window is incredibly short. We don't need to create urgency where none is necessary. However, if I was somebody who knew I was going to retire in the next 2-3 years, I would be building a plan today. Your job could be gone via cuts, via AI interference, via efficiencies that big corporations are bringing in the next couple of years, even prior to you being ready to retire. So if you're that guy or gal who's been looking at walking away and your 401k is at an all-time high and you have a pension lump sum buyout or something along those lines, I can't do better instrumentation-wise than what I can do today. I know it will be worse 6 months from now than it is today. And it was better 6 months ago than it is today. So now is a great time.
Call Chris Alberta today, 888-800-8949. That's 888-800-8949.
Catch School Talks with Dr. Robert Livernoy.
We're going to welcome Dr. David Arson from Michigan State University. And on this special edition of School Talks, we're going to take a deep dive into school funding.
Michigan was 50th out of 50 states in revenue growth. So that was a grim time for Michigan schools. And we're moving back up now, and I hope we're able to continue.
School Talks, Sundays at 3 on WJR.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-951-6541. 800-951-6541. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? 800-951-6541. 800-951-6541 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
Most drivers don't think about their auto insurance until an accident happens. But the choices you make today can shape the care you receive tomorrow. In Michigan, unlimited medical benefits may help cover long-term treatment, in-home nursing and recovery services after a serious crash. AdvisaCare supports auto accident victims every day, helping them heal safely at home. Take a moment to understand your coverage. and learn more at advisorcare.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Groundhog Day at thumbcoasttheaters.com. Experience live professional theater at Thumb Coast Theaters in downtown St. Clair, where the magic of Broadway comes alive right here at home. Don't miss Groundhog Day this February, the laugh-out-loud comedy about reliving the same day and messing it up in every possible way. Book your tickets today at thumbcoasttheaters.com. That wreck on I-696 westbound at Dequindre Road is cleared. Same goes for that crash on I-94 eastbound at Woodward. Look out for an accident on I-75 southbound after Gratiot. That's blocking your left shoulder. Expect intermittent closures on the I-94 eastbound and westbound ramps to the Southfield Freeway. And the I-75 southbound on-ramp from 7 Mile is closed for construction. Both of those projects are scheduled to wrap up by 2:30 this afternoon. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
A wind advisory is in effect until 9 p.m. with strong gusts out of the southwest. There also will be rain today with a high of 50, then cloudy tonight with a low in the mid-30s. A cloudy Saturday with a high of 41, then snow develops Sunday with a high of 36. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Marr on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
I'm assuming I'm up. Yes, Daniel, good. I keep getting calls from people saying you haven't talked about it. Paul W. and Kim's dream vacation very much. Italy, France, Monaco, and Spain. And it is still on, and you still can join us. What I suggest you do is you call Cruise and Tour at 800-383-3131. 800-383-3131. It's going to be a fabulous trip, August 11th through the 22nd of this year. You can also go to WJRTravelClub.com online. Meanwhile, we know the majority of the Supreme Court found that the Constitution very clearly gives Congress the power to impose taxes, which includes tariffs. We heard earlier from Patrick Anderson some more information. Not every tariff has been knocked down. It's going to get very confusing. The markets are up. And while the president is speaking, let's listen to just a little bit of just a touch. We'll see if there's anything going on we can make sense out of.
On the backs of the American taxpayer. So I appreciate your question. I think it's a reasonable answer.
President
We didn't
Trump,
hear
you
it.
said that you were disappointed with that, but were you surprised with this decision? What you felt when you?
I was surprised because I thought that what we did was, number one, according to, I read the paragraphs. I read very well. Great comprehension. I read everything there is to read, and I said, we can't lose this case. But we can when judges are political, when they want to be politically correct, when they're catering to a group of people in D.C. Maybe I don't know what it is, because when you read it, there's no other interpretation.
Well, there's no big surprises here. Markets are up, so they must like what he's saying. Here's what I like: the team that helped us be the 5th best major market midday radio show in the entire country. That's Mike Parsons, our executive producer, Danielle Mason, Queen of the Switches running the controls, Rich Luzinski taking a look at the traffic and weather first. And then, of course, there's Dave Rieger, Marie Osborne, Ann Thomas, my Kim Smith, and you, our audience, because we do this for you. We don't do it for the awards. It's nice to win them, but we do it for you. And thanks to the other team at the upper level, too, Mike Wheeler, Jeff Marceau, Steve Vinatieri, and the entire staff that doesn't get any credit, and you don't know them. But behind the scenes, we're on their shoulders, and they make it possible for us to do the award-winning show we do. Speaking of award-winning, JR Afternoon with Ryan Ermani is up next with Marie Osborne in for Ryan. You have yourself, make it a great weekend, and we'll look forward to being with you Monday. Stand by for news and Marie Osborne in for Ryan Ermani. You have a good one. Regards, Paul W. Smith.